Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're digging into the future of your food. We're going to look at how AI and robotics are set to completely transform one of the oldest, most essential jobs out there, farming. You hear it everywhere, right? AI is reshaping pretty much every job market, and it's happening so fast. So you have to ask the question, is the ancient practice of farming, the very foundation of our civilization, next on the chopping block?
So to really get a grip on what might happen to agriculture, we first have to look at this massive wave of change that's already here. I mean, AI isn't some sci-fi thing anymore. It's actively shaking things up right now.
In this disruption, it's hitting fields we once thought were uniquely human. Take music, for example, where AI can now compose original scores, produce entire tracks. It's challenging our whole idea of what artistry even is. Then you've got the visual arts. We're seeing AI create incredible animation from just a few words of text and craft digital actors that are, well, they're almost impossible to tell apart from real people. The line between the creator and the computer is getting seriously blurry. And look, it isn't just the creative stuff. Professions built on language and logic like writing and coding now have AI tools that can pump out articles and build software. That phrase job extinction is starting to sound a lot less like science fiction,
So the pattern seems pretty clear. If a job uses data or creativity or logic, AI is coming for it. So, what does that mean for agriculture? An industry that, at its heart, is so physical, so connected to the actual natural world.
But here's where things get really interesting. There's a really strong case to be made that farming, well, it's a special case. And it's all because of what it's for. It all comes down to this one simple concept, a primary requirement. Think about it. No matter how advanced we get, whether we're living in virtual reality or flying to Mars, we will always need to eat. Food is it's non-negotiable for us to survive. And when you put it side by side like this, the difference is just crystal clear. Digital industries, they're focused on information, on entertainment. Agriculture is focused on sustenance, on survival. So while the threat over there is replacement, the threat over here, well, it's something different. It's kind of in its own category. Okay. So if job extinction isn't really the end game for farmers, then what is? How is the agricultural industry actually going to react to all this incredible new tech? And this, right here, is the absolute key. The story for farming isn't about becoming obsolete. It's a story of evolution. The whole point of AI and robotics in agriculture isn't to get rid of the farmer. It's to supercharge what they can do. All right, so let's get into the specifics. What does this transformation actually look like? What are the real, tangible changes we're going to see out in the fields? This is basically the new farmer's toolkit. First, you've got precision crop monitoring. Picture drones watching over crops, literally plant by plant. Next up, automated weeding and pest control. Think of tiny little robots that can spot and zap a single weed, which means you don't have to spray herbicides everywhere. Then there's robotic harvesting. Machines so gentle they can pick things like berries and tomatoes. And finally, data-driven planting. AI that can analyze soil and weather data to tell a farmer exactly what to plant and when. This is a total overhaul of how farming gets done. And this table just perfectly illustrates the shift with one example. Pest control. Before AI, the method was basically to spray an entire field. Lots of chemicals, lots of waste. After AI, a drone can use image analysis to find one sick leaf on one plant and deliver a tiny little microspray right where it's needed. The outcome? Way more efficient and so much better for the environment. So as we start pulling all these threads together, you can see a new picture of farming starting to form. It's not a world without farmers, but it's definitely a world with very, very different ones. And this, right here, is the key takeaway. All this technology, the drones, the data, the robots, it's all there for one reason: to empower the farmer, to give them the tools to be more precise, more productive, and more sustainable than they've ever been before. It's about empowerment, not replacement. And that leaves us with one final big question to chew on. If the farm of the future is this high-tech place full of data and robotics, what does that mean for the person running it? The farmer of tomorrow might need to be as much of a data analyst and a robotics technician as they are an expert on soil and seasons. As the technology redefines the farm, maybe the biggest change of all is how we're going to have to redefine the farmer. Something to think about. Thanks for joining us on The Explainer.